Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Thanksgiving. And I've been meaning to post for a while now, but as always I always have an excuse. I've been kind of busy with all the different holidays coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas and everything else going on in life. But I am back right now, and I'm going to go over the topic of bulking and cutting versus Maingaining / lean bulking. It is a topic whenever I first was looking to try bulking, I never really found a good video that compared the two of them to tell you the negatives and the positives of each. Both of them have their pros and cons. Some people are going to weigh out the pros and cons and prefer the Maingaining / lean bulking style of things, or some people are going to weigh out the pros and cons and like the bulking and cutting side of things. I'm also going to be going over dirty bulking and my views on that, but that will come towards the later part of the video. I'm going to start off with Maingaining / lean bulking. That is going to be like one of the most preached ways of gaining muscle and weight that's out there right now. And in my opinion, if you are looking to compete as a bodybuilder, classic physique, men's physique, you are going to have to bulk up to some extent. Now, if you are 20%, you cannot see your abs, you do not have separation in your legs, you do not have separation in your arms, you do not need to bulk. You are well above 20% body fat if you have none of these, and you need to slowly cut off some weight and get to a low body fat percentage, probably about 10 to 12% body fat, and then slowly bulk up. But I will get to the cutting part and how you will get down to the 10-12% body fat after I finish up with bulking here. So with bulking, if you're 10-12% body fat, it's time to bulk to add on some weight. So I like the Rich Piana style of bulking. So what he would do is he would start out with your average amount of meals. So if you have 5 or 6 meals, you eat those. If you're gaining weight, you need to up your cardio. Couple weeks, you add in an extra meal. Whenever you add in an extra meal, your intensity in the gym whenever you lift should go up. You should be pushing harder than ever whenever you are upping your meals. You should be make sure you're doing good cardio. You do not have to do like high impact cardio, ride on a bike, incline treadmill, something like that. That's not going to kill your legs for whenever you want to train legs to gain size in your legs. So you add in a meal, clear up to about 12 meals. If you're eating 12 meals a day, I guarantee that's all you're thinking about, and you're probably miserable eating that much. But whenever I got up to that point where I was eating 12 meals a day, I was not gaining weight. I was at 265, eating about 5,500 calories, I believe is what I was eating, and I was not gaining any weight, and I looked really, really good at that weight, eating 12 meals a day. It was torture eating that much food, because I went with the plan that he had, and he ate a lot of bland food. He did not put a whole lot of extra sodium on his stuff. Try to keep your sodium low so you hold on to less water, you look drier. And he had, I think I was eating like 350 plus grams of protein at the time too. So that was hard to digest, all the extra protein. But that is the style that I prefer. I had a lot of success with that. I had on a lot of muscle mass with that. So after that, I went to more of a dirty bulk method because I was not gaining any weight. So I switched over to eating like a lot of macaroni and cheese, ramen noodles, rice, and I would just add in chicken with everything so I get my protein that I would need throughout the day. And I would add olive oil until I got to my calories, with the rest of it being olive oil. I still tried to keep it healthy where I wasn't eating straight sugary junk all day long, but I still did have, like, I went out and had dinner. I didn't, if I wanted something, I ate it. But usually with the amount of food that I was trying to push down, it made that kind of difficult. Even, like, your food cravings really are not there when you're eating that much food. And that helped me to add on the weight to get up to where I am now. I was 295 at the beginning of the week, and had an allergic reaction to something, and I dropped about 10 pounds, but I'm climbing back up to the 295. And I'm sitting at about, I lost a couple percentage, but I was like 18 to 20% body fat at 295. So I know I said not to go above 20%, but I just kind of want to hit that 300-pound mark before I start my cut back up. So just hit 300 pounds in the afternoon with a full stomach and everything. I'm going to start my cut up. But with bulking, with, I guess, dirty bulking, make sure that you keep everything under control. Don't allow your body fat to get out of hand where you're just adding on an unnecessary amount of fat. If your abs disappear, it's time for the bulk to stop. I mean, you gotta be realistic about this. How much extra muscle are you adding if you're 30% body fat compared to 20? You're not gaining any extra muscle being that size. Your body can only add on so much muscle per year. And then whenever your frame starts filling out, your myostats will kick in to keep you from building a bunch of muscle anyways. So we're going to go down after the bulk. You're going to start your cut. So when you start your cut, we'll say you're bulking at 5,000 calories. You think you're about 500 calories over your maintenance. Or we'll say you're dirty bulking, you're eating 1,000 calories over your maintenance. So you drop down to 4,000 calories would be your maintenance, where you think it'd be at. So after you go from 5,000 calories, you drop the calories down to 4,000 and see what happens for the next 2 weeks. You'll probably drop a bunch of water weight for the first 2 weeks, and then you won't drop anything. After that, you drop your calories, 500 calories, down to 3,500. That'll give you a pound of fat loss per week. And that is the max amount of fat that you want to lose per week. If you lose more than 1 pound, they say like 1% of your body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, technically you could lose 2 and still be safe. But I don't prefer to lose more than 1 pound. For the main reason being is your body can break down muscle a lot easier than we can break down fat. I forget how many hours it takes to break muscle down compared to fat. But you don't want to lose your muscle while you're dieting. So if you're losing 1 pound of fat a week, you're not going to lose that much muscle doing that. So just slowly edge your way down and lose it slowly. I made the mistake when in my younger years of going on crash diets, and I had some size to me. I mean, I was 220 in high school, and I dieted down to, I think I hit 193, and I just looked anorexic because I dieted off every last pound of muscle that I had. I was just skin and bones, and it took me a very, very long time to get back up and gain the muscle back that I once had. So be cautious with that. Try not to lose more than 1 pound a week. Every once in a while you're going to drop 2 or 3 pounds because water weight's going to fluctuate too. So if you're worried about losing muscle, you don't have to get too worried about it, but just make sure that you aren't like in a 1,500 calorie deficit where you're eating 1,500 calories underneath of what your maintenance is. Once you drop off like 500 calories below your maintenance, I suggest upping your cardio to, I'm going to say 30 minutes at least 5 or 6 times a week. Low impact, incline treadmill, bicycle. If you're doing a bicycle, make sure your resistance is pretty high. But do something that's not going to tear your legs up, that's going to restrict you from doing leg day, or even if it's too stressful on your legs, it can actually be catabolic and you can lose leg muscle as well, which is another thing that you do not want. So that is how you would cut down and cut the weight. Just make sure it is a slow and steady process. If you have 2 weeks where you're getting any, or you aren't losing any weight, you can up the cardio a little bit more. Or you can lower the calories a little bit more. One way or the other, you have to have calories in. So how many calories you're eating? 3,000 is calories out. So if you burn off 3,500 calories in a day, it don't matter how you do it. If you burn 3,500 calories, and you're eating 3,000, it automatically puts you in a 3,500 calorie or a 500 calorie deficit. So that is the gist of bulking and cutting. Now we are going to go over to Maingaining / lean bulking. So the benefits of Maingaining lean bulking is you look good year round. You have diced abs, you have diced arms, legs, everything looks like you're a model, basically, year round. The bad part is you put a t-shirt on, you really aren't going to look that big. Whenever I'm cutting down, when I'm wearing my normal t-shirt, I look nowhere near as monstrous as what I do now, because I weigh about 50 pounds less than what I weigh now. I look a lot smaller, I'm not as full, my muscles aren't popping like what they are whenever I am bulking. So that is one of the downfalls of Maingaining. The pros of Maingaining is also you are a lot healthier because you're maintaining a leaner body fat percentage. You're between 10 to 15% body fat, you have abs. Your body doesn't have to work as hard to maintain as much weight as what you are whenever you are bulking. Blood pressure can be another risk if you're forcing food down all the time, trying to get big. Your blood pressure can go up as well. With Maingaining, you don't have to worry about that. The downfall with Maingaining is you will not put on as much muscle mass as someone that bulks. And I don't care what any of these influencers say nowadays about Maingaining, you will not put as much muscle on Maingaining as what you will bulking. And whenever you cut down from a bulk, you will still have more muscle mass in a year from bulking and cutting than what you would from a year of Maingaining. I don't care how much muscle you lose in a dieting process, you put on a lot more size if you're bulking the correct way. So that is one of the downfalls. Like I said, you look better year round is the main thing. If you're trying to go for health and looks, you definitely want to go with the Maingaining process. If you aren't trying to step on stage as bodybuilding or classic physique or anything like that, you are best to just Maingain and slowly add on muscle over the years, constantly get gains. So with Maingaining, you would have your maintenance calories or slightly above, maybe like an extra 100 calories would be like a lean bulk. But in my opinion, it is so hard to gauge 100 calories. Whenever I was dieted down, if I added in 500 calories, I would gain water weight the very next day, and I would not gain any weight extra. But my energy would go through the roof. Every time I added in calories, my energy would go through the roof. I had to get up to eating over 5,000 calories for me to see any sort of weight gain or body fat increase, I should say, because I was eating 4,500 calories and maintaining a single-digit body fat. So it's whenever you get up to the upper end of body weight, where you have a lot more muscle on your body, it becomes a lot more difficult to gauge like an extra 100 calories compared to someone that's like 150 pounds. That's a little bit more easy to gauge, I guess. So that would be lean bulking and Maingaining. And like I said, you will add muscle on slowly over time, but you're not really going to add on a noticeable amount of muscle. So that's about all that I have for the differences between the two. You can decide which one you want to do. Like I said, though, to reiterate what I said earlier, if you are over 20% body fat where you cannot see abs, you do not need to bulk. If you are over 20% body fat and you're thinking about Maingaining, you need to cut down to a healthy body fat and then Maingain. You don't want to stay stagnant at a certain weight that is above 20%. For one reason, it's unhealthy to be above 20%. You're going to feel a lot better and have a lot more energy at about, in my opinion, is 15% body fat's where I feel the healthiest. And if you are down to 10 to 12%, you can consider Maingaining or bulking. That's sort of where you want to be at before you decide to do either one of these, in my opinion. So if you guys have any other questions, you can comment down below. I'll be happy to answer anything you guys would have. Like and follow, or subscribe to the channel. I will tag my Instagram name down below. Follow me on Instagram. I do a lot more updates on there. I've been slacking on there as well, but I do a lot more on there than what I do on YouTube. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.